Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Curse of Strahd. Here with us today, we have the usual cast members that are amazing and beautiful. And, yeah, this is our 7th episode, believe it or not. If you aren't sure what's happened in past episodes and you would like to know, you can tap you can type exclamation point COS recap in the chat, and a handy Google Doc will pop up that I am constantly updating with notes. And you can just read little summaries of what's going on, or if you have to like go to the bathroom for a little bit or go do something and you come back and you have no idea what's going on in the scene, you can look to that document to figure out, and so you're not feeling like lost or anything, and you can keep up. A couple quick announcements. Starting the last session, we implemented a donate system where if you would like to donate bits or money, you can do so to give people advantage, or if you're really generous and you want to throw some chaos around the table, you can basically summon Lady Strahd into the session, or there are a few other things you can do. So be sure to look at the donation kind of list, and if you feel so inclined, by all means, do that. Also, we have some new emotes. If you are subscribed, you should have 3 new pretty emotes to use for your viewing pleasure. And I will be getting more emotes soon, including a Jimothy emote. So please look forward to it. But yeah, other than that, I think we are good to go. So why don't we go around the table real quick and just introduce ourselves. Obviously, hi, I'm Emma Panada. You can find me here on Twitch or on Twitter at Emma Panada, and I do TTRPG things. Monster, you go.
I am Monster XP on Twitter, Twitch, although not recently, and Instagram. Oh, TikTok too.
And you make squirrel TikToks? Is that right?
I've made several TikToks of the various animals that live in my backyard, including squirrels, groundhogs, and skunks.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, love it. And Stacy, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Stacy. I only use Instagram. It's a couple of chumps cosplay, and I finally put on the only 3 pictures I kept for MegaCon.
Hi! And they look great. You can go and look at Stacy's WandaVision Wanda cosplay from the Halloween episode. Turned out really good. And B.
Hello, I'm Bikake. You can call me B. I do art on Twitch. I'm also Bikake on DeviantArt and Instagram. Art.
Yes, and you've been doing a lot of Picarto art as well recently. Oh, is that a secret?
No, it's just real spicy.
Oh, it's real spicy, but if you like the spicy.
If you like the spicy.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Nisa, so much for the sub. I hope you appreciate your emotes, and we love you. I must have moderated
Nisa
you a long time ago. I don't even remember. But hey, congratulations. And last but certainly not least, we have our wonderful GM tonight, Matihi.
Hi, I'm only the GM for tonight, Matihi. I, of course, run the Curse of Strahd game. You can find me very rarely on Twitch. Like a shooting star, you barely ever see me, and I burn up real quick. But you can also catch me on Twitter, occasionally posting under Maddie Matihi, and occasionally on Instagram, which I need to post more things because I am very cute. So, yes.
It's true.
Hi, it's very true. Hello.
All right. Well, with all of that out of the way, obviously with hate raids and stuff happening, if we get hate raided, just ignore it as we deal with it. But don't give them any reactions or anything. Don't give them attention. I'll just probably turn things into like follower, subscriber mode, emote only for a little bit as I clear out the recent follows. But hopefully that doesn't happen and we don't have to worry about it. But just in case, that's kind of the protocol. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, Matt, why don't you bring us into the land of Barovia?
I would love to. So for tonight, how we open up our Curse of Strahd session, Alfie suddenly awakens, greeted by the four walls of the burgomaster's mansion surrounding her. Somehow she had found her way inside, in the midst of the village of Barovia. Countless translucent specters stalked past Alfie, each seemingly armed with weaponry and magical items. They passed silently by the small halfling woman, walking from the cemetery to the western exit of the village. One spectral figure in particular stuck out to her. Another halfling with features that strikingly resembled Alfie's passed by in the procession. She tried to go up and talk to her mother, but as she tried to reach out and grip her mother's hand, it slipped through her fingers like fine grains of sand. Alfie fell to her knees in grief, unable to touch a mother that she had been apart from for so many years. The locket that was a gift from both Alfie and her father remained around her mother's neck. Everyone awoke inside the burgomaster's mansion, including Alfie. Sin had recovered from the head wound that they had incurred by gazing into the downstairs mirror for a little bit too long. Serana had revealed a secret side of her that had been weighing on her shoulders for some time, and Ghislaine has come to grips with some new powers that she's acquired. As a small amount of muted light comes seeping through the cracks between the boarded up windows, you hear Ismark's voice from downstairs. I made some breakfast for the road. If you want to come to the church, you can. Today was the day that Irina and Ismark's father, Kolyan, was to be buried. As you all arise for the morning, looking around, what do each of you do? We'll start with the one and only Alfie, the Almighty. How do you react to waking up here, well, before you were outside?
I think she's gonna wake up very confused and then kind of take those few, maybe be a little bit later to breakfast than she might normally be, and is gonna be very much to herself for at least the first half of the morning. I think she has a lot of questions, but she's not sure what was real. She's feeling very just like dissociative about it.
You wake up in the morning disassociating from what happened, and you happen to glance down towards your feet, and you see the soles of your feet are caked in dirt. Whatever happened last night, it wasn't just a dream. As Alfie takes some time to adjust, to figure out what exactly happened, Ghislaine, you awaken as well. You and Alfie both share a room. As you awaken, sit up, you look down and you see that Alfie is just kind of staring past you, the same direction for quite a while, silent.
The insight check to see if,
Of course.
tell if something's wrong with Alfie.
Of course. So you look up and look towards Alfie, and you can tell you've slept in the same room as Alfie before. Usually Alfie's maybe a bit more spry in the mornings. This is not usually how she acts.
Hey, Alfie, did you get an okay night's rest? Or you know, been having some real wild dreams over here? I would get that.
Still staring at her feet. She's just gonna go, I think I was outside.
Outside, like sleepwalking?
No, I think I was awake. Do you remember the hot ghost lady you talked to?
Yeah, she was at the window. I just kind of assumed that she was a dream or a nightmare. Who knows? But I had her card, so
And you didn't go outside at all to talk to her?
no.
I think I saw my mom.
Your mom. What would your mom be doing here?
I don't know, but I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't touch her. She was cold.
Oh, Alfie, I'm sorry. That sounds like a really bad dream. But I mean, your feet are dirty, so maybe you were sleepwalking?
I hope so. I want to talk to Ismark.
Is that better volume wise?
Oop, that's a
Yeah. I've just
It's a
been
lot
Ooh,
better.
Delayed will
Thank you.
So as you discuss going to speak to Ismark on what happened, we pan to both Sin and Kiora. Sin and Sarana. So both of you are up and awake, maybe downstairs by now. Mostly Ismark has worked on kind of prepping a very quick meal for the morning. You see that it's like each of you have your own individual little bundles of berries. So just a quick note in terms for rest, you don't get your full health back when you do rest. You can roll 2d6 plus con modifier to gain back a certain amount of hit points for the morning. You do gain all of your hit dice back for you should have at least 3d something for your hit dice. But just to make it so, when you're in a comfortable bed, you roll 2d6 to heal. If you're not in a comfortable bed, like let's say you're sleeping on the ground, you roll 1d6, but you're in a comfy bed, you're okay. So there's like these little bundles of berries and nuts and stuff that Ismark has made for each of you and tied with a little twine ribbon that's there. Irina seems to be suiting up, putting their armor over their shoulders, making sure to check both their long sword and their short sword, that it's holstered properly. And Irina looks to both, in this form, Kiora and Sarana, putting their hands on their hips and says, "All right, you ready to go to a funeral? I mean, you don't have to come. The two of us can go. I mean, you've already helped with the body and everything, so it's up to all of you, really."
We could go with you.
It might be kind of dangerous
Yeah.
there, so.
Yeah, and I mean, even if we didn't know him, we know you both now, and think we'd all like to be there for you.
Oh, yes, very much appreciated. And Ismark hands out these little bundles to each of you, full of food, and he says, "All right, well, let us get going then. To the cemetery, I guess."
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, I have a mechanics question though. I
Of
had
course.
exhaustion.
You slept that off now,
Okay.
so you're okay. You've had
Yes.
sleepies. You're good.
Are we
So,
bringing the baby to the funeral?
Are you bringing Jimothy? To
Is
the
we gonna leave
funeral?
him in the house alone?
Needs to learn what death is.
Jimothy, currently you look over and you're like, where's Jimothy? And you look towards the couch and you see like little crumbs of like nuts and berries that are just sitting around him. And over top of Jimothy's head is that little sack that contained previously a bunch of nuts and berries. He's just kind of eating out of the sack very messily.
Like a feed bag?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kind of
just-
like on his face.
He's like, ah, just eating.
All right. Yeah, but like I don't think we should leave him in the house alone.
Ismark says we can bring Jimothy.
Marshall.
And Marshall peeps out of Ghislaine's hood and says, "Yeah,
Hey, can you babysit Jimothy?
I love to babysit. You know, I'm a great babysitter.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't.
I'm babysitting."
Why
I
was
just-
Marshall almost Fran Drescher?
Look,
Yeah.
Look, I just got up, okay? There's a lot of voice changes that go through me when I just wake up. I don't know who this Fran dressing is, okay? Like, do you want me to babysit or not?
I think you should just make sure Jimothy doesn't like, I don't know, look in any mirrors. I feel like that's
Okay.
bad in this house.
Or wander away.
No
Yeah.
mirrors, no wandering. All right.
and little fat rat hops out of Ghislaine's hood and stumbles, like runs over to Jimothy and climbs on the back of the couch and kind of just like sits there and watches Jimothy as you hear a very muffled Jimothy says,
Are you guys going somewhere? Where are you going?
We're gonna go to that that creepy cemetery again. Remember, it was real bad. There was lots of screaming. It was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, talk to Marshall about your jalapeno. I don't think he's really
Huh?
experienced the wonders. So
And they're like, hey, Marshall.
like, and eventually Marshall just reaches down and grabs the bag and pulls it off Jimothy's face and is just like,
Don't put your head in bags. That's how that's bad. Don't do that.
Jimothy's like,
Oh, okay. So I want to tell you the story of my spicy jalapeno.
and they take out the little jalapeno. And as each of you begin to wander out of the house and head towards the very somber setting of the cemetery, you hear a very lively conversation inside, mostly heavily weighted towards Jimothy's side as he explains where he got his spicy, ever-growing jalapeno.
I didn't think that Marshall would be such a good babysitter, but he's actually pretty great.
And as each of you begin heading out, Irina is just munching away at their food, not really minding too much about their traverse. Ismark is quiet on the venture. He doesn't speak much. His eyes are mostly drawn towards the ground as you begin heading north towards the church and the cemetery. The sun begins to barely see it through the mists, but you see that it's mostly rising. There's a little bit of coloration of oranges and such from the morning sun that come through. You eventually reach the church, head around to the side of it, and arrive at the cemetery. And you see that a fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate encloses a rectangular plot of land behind this dilapidated church. Tightly packed graves, shrouded by morning fog, bear the names of souls long past. A mound of dirt sits on one side of a large hole in the ground. On the other side lays a coffin waiting to be put in its final resting place. At the very head of this large hole in the ground, you see the father standing there, Donovic. His hands are clasped together. The tidiness that you had enacted Serana the night before on his robes, they've gotten a little bit dusty. Nothing too bad, but it's very obvious this individual does not bathe and is just a very nasty, nasty priest.
You can assume that if I'm within 10 feet of him at any time, I'm likely going to prestidigitate him.
Perfect.
Just so we don't have to. I got a real sensitive snoot. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a funk that's coming off of him, so you can boop when you're near him.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's Febreze. I magically Febreze him every time I'm
Boost breeze. So you head up, and here in the center, as dawn takes shape and form this morning, Irina and Ismark step up towards where the coffin is. Let me switch the music up just a smidge. As the two stand there, they go on either end of the coffin, picking it up, their knees, of course, gently maneuvering it over towards the hole, lowering it inside. Father Donovic begins reciting prayers, speaking of the morning Lord, of his glory, and how he'll bring Colion to his final resting place, within the stars, between both the moon and the sun, to rest with all the other souls that have left the lands of Barovia. Ismark and Irina stand beside each other. You see that Ismark reaches out a hand, grasps Irina's, and the two intertwine fingers and hold each other very tightly. Irina doesn't say anything during this procedure at all. They just stare down towards where their father is buried, taking a deep breath, looking like they want to say something, but they have nothing. As Ismark takes a moment, steps up, letting go their sibling's hand, he looks down, and though he's facing away from you, you can see his shoulders shudder slightly. He begins to speak and say, I know you've always wanted me to follow in your footsteps, to somehow lead this town, to bring it towards some sort of prosperity, to do something good with the name, with the job. I don't think I can. I'm sorry that I have to abandon everything you've built, everything you've tried to build in this village. But I can't live up to you, no matter how hard I try. And as he speaks, you see Irina look up. There's a clicking of the tongue they have. As Ismark stands there, Irina turns and walks away. You can all make insight checks if you'd like. That's pretty good. So, Ghislaine, you for sure pick up on this. it's very brief, but you can see there's an anger that passes through Irina's face as they walk away. They seem angered by Ismark's words and the reverence that he seems to hold for their father. There's also guilt that you can kind of see that's there as they begin walking away. You're not exactly sure what that guilt is from, but there's definitely some sort of anger that's harbored that they carry. Father Donovic looks up to the four of you and says, "Would any of you like to say any words at all?"
The prayers that he said were all Morning Lord based, correct?
They were indeed.
I would probably not like get all up in with my own God's stuff. I think that I already did a lot of that stuff previously to like I said this stuff over the body before we actually brought it to this place. And question, during this really solemn like the speech, is there still the screaming?
You at first you're very like, in tune to what was being said, and you actively kind of lean back and listen. And you hear very muffled.
Yeah, so I think it kind of like during their whole whatever anybody was saying, whether it be like the kids or the priest, like it just kind of just white noise just glaze over my face. I just hear just like this kid screaming from the basement. And then I'm also super hyper aware that there's this like group of werewolves running around causing crap. So I'm sort of just like peripheral vision looking for like, spooky stuff that we gotta maybe look out for. And all I hear is this dude screaming. So I'm not even there. Shouldn't have even rolled insight. I'm checked out.
I think Ghislaine will kind of let things proceed after things have proceeded because they want to kind of give Irina time and go and try and find Irina.
So you take some time to depart from the service, and you go off and you find, sitting on the broken steps of the church, you find Irina sitting. They've got their head in their hands. They just seem to be very still, staring at the ground.
I think Elaine will sit maybe like a foot away from them, looking at the ground the same way, not like looking at them, but letting them kind of like for a little bit just kind of like feel that there's a presence there, and say, kind of Strahd, I can feel that there is something going on with you beyond what you've been through. And going through that kind of thing, it makes you feel a lot. And holding on to guilt and anger it's not going to help you.
Why don't you make me a persuasion check there, Ghislaine?
Oh shoot. Real bad at this.
Irina stands, and you see at the corners of their eyes, there's little tears that are welling up. They don't look like they're going to open up to you. They look mad. They say, look, I understand you're helping us with everything going on, and I understand we went through, the death of your friend together, but what I'm feeling right now is none of your business, okay? None. I don't want you assuming what I feel.
I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
You should be. You know what? I'm sorry. I'll keep it
Don't
in.
be.
I won't.
You're grieving right now. You have a lot of things to feel, and I shouldn't have come over. I don't know exactly how you feel, but I've been in a similar place.
Have you ever, I don't know, felt like you're not enough at all for your family? I mean, it should have been me that was going to be the successor.
I don't know what it's like to feel the need to step up in someone's place, but I couldn't save someone I loved very dearly. And that sort of thing sticks with you. And
So-
I'm a complete hypocrite for telling you not to feel guilt and anger at yourself, because I feel it.
I understand you're just trying to be kind and understanding, but there's a lot to live up to. A lot that I wanted to live up to that I never can live up to because he's gone, and he'll never see the person that I think I can amount to. You see that the tears at the edge of their eyes start to flow down their cheeks. They very roughly wipe it away, and you can see with the bracer that they had on, it kind of scratches up their face a little. They're like, oh shit. They start trying to pat away some of the scratches they now have on their face.
And Glenn just kind of like not wanting to mess things up anymore, just kind of like hands them a handkerchief or something if they have one.
You pull out a handkerchief and you hand it over to Irina. They take it and kind of dab the edges of their eyes and then just kind of wipe their entire face. They're like, thank you. We should get back to the surface. I mean, it's probably over by now. These things aren't very long, thankfully. And two of you begin heading back. While that was going on, did either Alfie or Sin want to say anything? Or were they standing in silence? By the way, y'all at one point could hear at least the shouting coming from Irina.
Alfie's honestly peeking over at some of the, like, around the graves a bit. She's trying to look like she's paying attention to this funeral, but she's just got a lot on her brain from last night and is like trying to figure out if she's got dead family in this fucking graveyard. So that's where she's just been peeking around.
And you look around, make me an investigate check. Yeah, you're looking around, trying to spot to see if you see anything. And you take you're a little bit too into it. You take a few steps forward, and Sin, you can see that Alfie looks to be hunting for something in here, not paying attention to what's going on. And Ismark looks over to you, Alfie, and says, Did you want to speak?
He was probably a really great guy. Probably really nice to the village kids. Really good man. Good man.
Make me performance check, please. I want you to
F's
sell
in
it.
chat for Alfie.
F.
F in chat for both of us.
So yeah, whew. Wow. As you're just like, he was a good man, he was friendly to the kids, Ismark just starts openly weeping. And just starts sobbing. Falls to his knees and just starts crying into his hands. He's like,
Just gonna
he was
pat.
a good man. He was good.
Pat. Yep. Good guy.
I think as Alfie's patting Ismark, Kiora will kind of stand next to the grave. We didn't know him very well. Well, we didn't know him at all, really. But what we do know is that he left town to try to find help. He left town into a place that he knew was dangerous because of his love for his children. And I think that's about as great of a character reference as you could ask for. Although he passed, and although at the end of his journey he may not have felt he was able to find someone to come and help, he did. And now his love travels with us as we go to take care of his legacy.
That Priest Donovic closes the ceremony, begins the long and arduous process of burying the body. Both Irina and Ghislaine, you come around the corner to this. Hello. You come around the corner to this here, and you see that Donovic is beginning to bury the body. Ismark gets up from his knees and brushes them off, brushes his eyes, and says, "All right, with that settled, I thank all of you for bearing with us to bury our father. I know that you all wanted to do, find out about that woman who sells the mysterious pies here. So do you want to just wait here longer, or kind of cocks his head to the side a bit?
Father, do you happen to know anything about that woman?
Let's see. Does he know?
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Give me one moment. I will see if he knows. Huh. Oh, that's why I keep spelling his name wrong. I don't think he knows, but we'll see. We'll see if he knows. you ask Father Donovic if he knows anything. And he shakes his head and says, "Unfortunately, no. I'm usually during the evening times I am still here at the church. I do not see a lot that goes on in the village. I apologize."
No, it's fine. Well, how often does she come here? Kur says, kind of looking towards like Ismark and the others.
Arena says, "I'm pretty sure she comes at least maybe every other night, every night. It's quite often. I'm mostly at the bar, to be honest, so I hear things sometimes."
And I know she left town. It was in the direction kind of we would be going if we left town, right?
You as Kiora, you assume, so yes.
Okay. Well, if we're planning on traveling, she left town the same way and there's only one road.
Arena nods and says, "Aye, there's only one real road out of here, the west gate. If we go through there, we can head down the road, see where it takes us. I honestly haven't been too far outside of the city, but village, I should say."
Well, maybe we can leave and see if we spot any creepy houses that we think an old creepy, well, a weird looking woman lives in.
Aye, there could be something along the way. I heard of these houses made of bread.
Houses made of bread?
Aye, some sort of child story. Like a house made of bread that like walks around and stuff. I think it's like brown bread. I'm not sure.
That's so weird.
Ghislaine recognized this.
Give me a history check.
I feel like given my characters
Yeah, so you think it's like the gingerbread story.
oh, okay. So if she knows the gingerbread story, she'll just tell so there's a story about two kids that got lost in the woods and found a house made out of gingerbread. It gets pretty dark from there, but
All downhill from there.
yeah, it's all downhill from there. But it sounds like the kind of thing that hags would do.
So we're looking for a gingerbread house. Got it.
Yeah,
I haven't had any gingerbread. I'm assuming it's just brown bread. Is it red bread? Because it's ginger bread.
It's sweet.
It's like a
Sweet
it's
red
more like
bread.
a cookie. Yeah, it's more like a
Sweet
cookie.
cookie red bread. Okay. It's good to know.
Ever had gingerbread?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are we coming back to town? That's Are
I
we
mean-
like leaving?
If all of you want to come back to town, but Ismark and I were planning on going to Valaki.
Yeah, I think once we leave town with them, our goal is to escort them to the other ends of Barovia.
I have a question then before we go. How do you know your how do you know your dad's not going to be part of? They're the ones that told us about the ghosts that go through the
The
town, right?
I think it was the father.
The priest.
Yeah, the priest who told you about
Okay.
this.
Can I redirect this question to the priest then?
Yeah,
I just
you
couldn't
can.
follow. Father,
Mm.
how do we know that the burgermaster's not gonna be part of the ghost parade?
Oh,
How does one become or not become in the ghost parade?
the ones who were in the parade of
The Black Parade.
when I was a young Road City to see a marching band. Okay.
A ghost marching band.
Yeah, and he says the only ones who are part of the procession are ones who attempted the assault upon Strahd's castle and died there.
And died there.
Yes. Following
Right.
the wizard that was there, all the ones who attempted to fight against Strahd died.
Are they buried here?
Many are not, as many of the bodies could not be found.
Last night, I saw my mom there in the march, but she's not a fighter.
Oh dear. There are many who do not appear to be fighters until they are put in a most terrible situation. If your mother was part of this procession, I am gravely sorry, child, but she is no longer on this plane of existence.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, all of you are there.
Yeah,
Like, you're
this is
just-
a
you're
whole
just-
ass conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't tell Kiora or Sarana yet.
Yeah. So I'm kind of just like, what now? Your mom. I've just been staring in at the direction of like if there's like woods around the place, at the actual place where the kid's screaming. Just kind of zoning out. And you said your mom is here?
Why don't you make me a perception check, Sarana, as you're kind of staring out into the woods? Since you look out into the woods, you think that for but a moment you spy two slitted pupils amongst the brush before they quickly close and disappear.
Like a cat?
Maybe.
I just keep staring at that place and like just talking to Alfie, but I'm like staring. I'm like, what about your mom? She's like just staring in.
Well, Alfie, how could your mom be here? It doesn't make any sense.
I may have done a fib early and said that I ran away. And that is not the case. My parents just up and left. I just thought that they were tired of, I was a shitty kid and I thought that they just started over. So I've literally just been trying to be a pop star for their attention, and now they're fucking dead. Are you kidding me? This is bullshit. And she's gonna she's just angry at this point.
I go, are you like, we've seen some very strange things here. Are you sure that you're seeing what you're supposed to be seeing?
I gave her that locket, and it
Locket?
just.
You saw a locket?
It was the one we gave her. And it was with her. So
What about your dad?
I didn't see it. Priest, was there anyone that survived? Where would they go? Where has anyone survived that attack?
Um, I do not know if anyone has survived the attack. The only one that I know that has survived the attack was, and you hear from the church, Father, please, I'm so hungry.
Mm.
We could
And
just go
the father gestures over towards the church.
So, not a middle-aged little man.
No, unfortunately not. I am deeply sorry for your loss.
Well, then I guess we can keep moving. And she's crying, but just like angry crying, and she's just gonna start walking.
Where
I say, if there are ghosts part of a procession, is that all ghosts that are buried here, or are there extra? Like, do the ghosts that come from here not have a body here?
Donovic nods and says, yes, many of the entities which come from the cemetery, they are not buried here. Many of them, I think their bodies still lie at the base of the moat surrounding Castle Ravenloft.
Do these ghosts just come out every night?
Indeed, they do. Every night. At midnight.
As Alfie's like stomping away, I go, technically we could hide out until midnight and keep an eye on everything that comes up out of the ground and see where a halfling ghost pops up out that has a locket or whatever else there was a visual indicator.
I guess, but even if we do, I mean, she's dead. Unless you've got a prayer to bring her back. But I doubt that.
No. Not yet. I could find an object, but I'd have to see it. So if you had wanted the locket and it was here,
That would actually be nice. I think that I would like that, actually.
So do we want to stay another night then? Is that okay? And Kiora will look towards Ismark and Irina.
Ismark, he nods and says, yes, that is fine. And Irina shifts uncomfortably. They say, I understand. I'm also very anxious to make sure my brother's safe.
Of course.
how far of a travel is it to?
Falaki.
Yes.
I think it's a few hours, maybe. It might be longer because there's a lot of twists and turns.
I look at Alfie and say, how long ago did your parents leave?
8 years ago?
Then if that's happening every night, we don't have to wait tonight. We could get Ismark safe somewhere and then try and find the locket, or see if that's even not some illusion.
Father, have you ever been able to give any of these ghosts peace? Their prayers or anything? Does anything make them not march?
He itches a side of his horseshoe hair. He says, no, unfortunately, nothing puts these individuals to rest. But if you are planning on attempting to take Ismark to somewhere safe, there is it's a place called the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Kresk, or of course to Valaki. Kresk is a little bit farther than Valaki, but it'll be out of sight of Castle Ravenloft.
Are they, so they're in opposite directions?
No, they're in more or less the same direction. Give me a sec while I see exactly where this place is. They say Valaki is by Lake Zarvik. It is on the way between here and Kresk, so Valaki is closer.
Do you happen to have like a map or anything?
Unfortunately, I do not have a map, but if you would like to purchase one, potentially by the Blood and Vine Tavern, there is Bildrith's Mercantile, owned by Bildrith. He's not the most pleasant of individuals, unfortunately. He might charge you quite a bit for anything, really.
I think a map would be very beneficial for us.
I think so.
Yeah, we don't know the area that well. Makes sense.
Did the eyes go away, or do I still see them?
No, they were gone after you
Like
saw
it was
them.
just like
and
a
they
quick
disappeared.
like a blink.
Very quick.
Is it, how far away is like the tree line? Is it,
Probably about 30 feet.
no, I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. And I guess while you guys decided if we're gonna go get a map, I'm gonna just sort of mosey on over there.
You mosey on over towards...
I mean, it's just like 30 feet away. So I'm like, I'm just gonna see. I saw something in this. Maybe I haven't looked away. I'm just making sure, you know.
Yeah, you see in as you pull back, maybe an investigation check, please.
Investigation. There it is. How can I not always roll with advantage? Is there like a way to
There's
not
an
roll
off
two dice
button.
in?
Yeah, there's an off button on your sheet. I think it's near
I too hath been wondering.
under PCs. If I go into your sheet, if I go into
Oh,
character
is it
sheet,
the settings maybe?
probably the
settings on the far right. Roll queries. You can click advantage toggle, and then you can just click whether what you want to roll advantage, normal, or disadvantage.
Advantage toggle.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, as you're kind of looking around, trying to see if you can find something,
I want to sniff. Do I smell it? Like if I saw slit eyes, I'm gonna see one. Is it a cat? Does Jimothy have slit pupils? I can't remember. He doesn't, right? He has like just normal eyes, right?
You look in the bush and you look down and you see, like at the very base of the bush, as you dig down, you're met face to face with a little black cat that looks up at you and goes and is going to attempt to take a swipe at you. So you come in close. It does hit for 1 damage, just like
Scratches your hand a little.
I go, ah.
You panic. Do you do anything else with the cat? Because the cat's hostile.
So is it like actively like looking like it's trying to attack me? Or
Like
is it
it's
just like
trying
a
to, it's like, yeah, it's
I'm
a
not like
cat.
coming at it. I'm like,
It's fuck around and find out time.
yeah, it's like, is it like the sideways?
It's a
It's not like-
sideways and it's puffed up and it's just like, it's like jumping a little bit towards you and back.
I'm
It's
like, whoa. Okay, you're not Jimothy. It's fine. I have like my staff. I'm like, I will get you. I growl at it.
You growl. Make me an intimidation check, please. Let's see if you can intimidate this cat. By poking at it. Intimidate the cat. Do it. Yeah. So it goes and it like runs off deep into the forest.
Fuck that cat.
Urge to chase rising. No. Mm-mm.
No chase. No chase.
No.
All right. So you pull back from the tree line. So what is your decision? Are you going to stay to check to see if the ghosts appear again and try to get a trace on that locket, or do you want to head out?
If they've been popping out for the past who knows how long.
It's been a long time.
They're gonna be here.
Yeah, let's
for
go
a
beat the
while.
shit out of a hag and go drop off this guy. And
Do we want to try to get a map?
Yeah, let's go get them.
Quick stop at the store,
Quick shopping.
and then
Get in,
we'll get on the
the
road.
Tarjay.
Yeah, we'll go to Tarjay.
I'm very curious.
Mm-hmm.
As we're talking about like, there's a like once we're on our way, how much money does everyone have? Like, I'm just trying to like do a group.
Good question.
A group count, because I know how much I think I have. I've been keeping up with my stuff, but I don't know if
I'm terrible with
I
money.
have 44 gold.
41.
48.
cool. I got 36. Also, I was I'm out of all of my flask of oils, and I'd like some more because that was super handy.
Yeah, that was super good.
Oil.
Let's see.
Okay, we go to
Bildrith's.
Bardrith's.
Bildrith's Mercantile is where you are heading off to. So as you head out from the cemetery, begin walking, and you arrive at Bildrith's Mercantile, and you see that behind heavy, colorless curtains leaks a minute amount of light. A shape can be seen flitting in and out of sight behind this curtain. Above an old, worn door sits a sign. It creaks on its hinges, but clearly reads Bildrith's Mercantile. It seems to be open for business.
Well, let's go.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling as we open the door. All right, I go in. Shepherd's Crook first.
All right. Wait, I have. Give me
Ding dong, bitches.
Bing bong. Is it this one? No. There it is. Bonk. So you enter Bildrith's Mercantile and you see kind of walking, setting up some things on various shelving. As you see, there's like tiny little vials that line some of the shelves. You see that there's like cloaks that are here. There's just little odds and ends. It's like a tent, bedrolls, that sort of thing. It seems like very much a general store. Behind this and kind of moving around, setting things up, you see a very lanky individual standing about 6 feet tall and seems to kind of loom a little bit. He's a very ghastly, gaunt man. His eyes are a bit beady, and you can see that there's small crow's feet at the edge of his eyes. His skin is papery white, but his nails look very well manicured and long. He wears a green scarf thrown around his neck. And as you enter, he looks to you, and he's probably like the happiest individual that you found in this village. And he says, welcome, travelers.
Immediately like freaked out. I back up.
Is
She's
he
too
like,
happy.
He's like, no need to be alarmed. Welcome to my store.
Hi.
I have all the goods you need. Hi.
I imagine you're Bildred?
Yes, I am Bildreth.
Bildreth.
Yes.
Sorry.
Indeed.
We were passing through town and we were wondering if we could perhaps get a few things from your store.
Yes, of course you can get whatever you need from this store. I have various things. I've got some lovely lamps, and he shows you some lamps, and he goes, I've got some magnifying glasses if you're trying to figure out some sort of mystery or trying to pinpoint whatever sunlight down on a piece of parchment to burn it. I've got oil.
Got that.
Lots and lots of oil, either to lube yourself up or to lube up your lamps. Whatever you really need.
Well, I do love lamp, but
I know.
I think we need some flasks of oil. And do you know anyone in town that has a map of Barovia that we could purchase?
Barovia, the country, not Barovia, Barovia.
You're not looking for a map of the village. I am glad you have specified, because I have many, many maps of the village that I mostly use as kindling, but only a few maps of the greater Barovia. Of course, these come at a price. Quite
Of
a
course.
hefty one.
Do you have a recently dead mom price?
A recently dead mom price. Let me check. And he goes behind his little like counter, and you see he pulls out an abacus and he puts it onto the counter and starts counting out various things. You can see that there's like a section for gold, there's a section for silver, and of course for copper. And he begins like calculating things out, and he says, yes, I can give you the dead mother / father / parental figure discount. It will be approximately 75 gold pieces for a map.
And how much for the
she's
flasks?
just also a ghost now, and we just that's a lot of money because she's like a ghost.
I understand, but of course, if you see the rest of the village, it is in quite a few tatters. And of course, my building is quite lovely, quite standing. And of course, I need money to keep it standing, which is why I have to unfortunately just charge such a high price.
Of course. And how much for flasks of oil as well?
Yes, the flasks of oil are approximately 5 silver pieces per.
Okay. So, I understand you're trying to run a business, but how often do you sell these maps?
How often? I sell them quite a bit, actually. There's occasionally people who come through here and they decide to purchase maps and then they head out. It's usually individuals such as yourself who do not belong in this village.
And when was the last time someone came through?
That is client retailer confidentiality.
Yes.
That's not a thing.
It is indeed in Bildred's Mercantile. It is a rule.
Okay.
See, and he points
I'm
to
just
a
gonna
sign
cry
that says,
even harder face on the counter.
Give
Well,
me.
My
Give me
friend.
performance check, please.
Yeah.
Alfie.
What?
Give me performance check, please, Alfie. Are you like actually crying, or are you?
Oh,
like-
this is pathetic.
Give me persuasion, please.
As you can see, my friend
It'll be probably the
is
same.
very upset.
Yes, and he takes out a broom and like looks over towards you and pats you on the back with the end of the broom and says, "There." Puts it back.
So, good sir, assuming that you do in fact keep your building in good shape,
Yes.
surely you must be paying someone in the village to do that.
Oh, of course. I have my my nephew who helps me.
Okay. Well, I
Where is he?
suggest
Oh, he's in the back. He's setting up some more stock. He's quite a stocky individual, if I might say so. I am funny.
How would you feel
Thank you.
about a trade?
And I trade gold for items, but what other trade do you have?
I'm gonna pull out a potion of healing.
Potion of healing. Let me see. And he pulls out a book full of different parchment, and he starts rifling through it, trying to see what the cost. I think it's 25 gold, right?
50 gold.
50. Let's see. And he breaks out the abacus again to try and calculate.
That's. I'm gonna whisper.
Wait,
That's got some worth to us.
wait, we can actually use the healing potion. We can't use that arcane focus orb thing.
Well,
That
then
was like,
The Fushigi ball.
yeah, the Benoit.
Benoit. The beads.
or perhaps this would be more interesting to you, and I guess I'll pull out the ball.
The bowl. Oh my goodness, I can't. How do you do division backwards? Okay, I figured it out. Perfect. He says, well, I can give you credit of 15 gold for the potion, and for the item. How much? I have that in your handouts, right?
25 gold.
25 gold. He says, I'll give you 10 gold of credit for that.
That is very far from what these are worth, and I feel that you're aware of that.
Oh, I definitely understand, but I am the only shop in this area, so I can charge what I'd like.
Well, I imagine that they'll have shops in Valaki. We're heading that way as well.
Oh, good luck getting to Valaki. There are quite a few critters out there that maybe my nephew will be able to salvage from your corpses.
There's corpses out there. Maybe they have maps.
Maybe they do. Good luck finding them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ghislaine kind of like
I'll grab a
Go
chain
up
shirt. I've got a wizard
and,
book. Oh, sorry.
like try and kind of like step up and loom over him a little bit and be like, your prices are unfair, in like a like booming voice, obviously much more than I'm capable of, and maybe make an intimidation check, maybe with advantage.
Sure. Give not with advantage, but
Okay.
you can make an intimidation check.
That's not gonna be good. Oh wow!
Give me
That was
one
way better than I
moment,
thought.
please. Oh, 17, indeed. Let me see what he would do. That's not great. You see, he cowers a little bit in front of you, and he says, oh my, Periwimple, do you mind coming out, please?
Yeah, that's right.
and
I'm taller than you.
you hear booming out from behind. You see that there's a curtain that was from behind, walking and booming forward. You see what looks to be a fairly tall, definitely not as tall as you, Ghislaine, about 6'5". You can see that the tunic that is upon him is very tight against the bulging muscles underneath. Bald head, and he begins to stomp forward, and
Ghislaine instinctively flexes.
he let me pull this boy out. So he comes out from behind the curtain and says, yes, nephew, do you mind maybe informing these individuals that the prices do not change no matter how hard they may try to intimidate me? And Periwimple looks up at you, Ghislaine, unfazed by you, and says,
Oh, wait, did you add a thing? Or...
no negotiations.
I know, like, Ghislaine just kind of like tries to be tries to be that much taller than him and goes, "The prices are unfair."
And peeking out, because Peril just stares up at you. Peeking out from behind, Bill just looks up to you and says, "Well, if you think they are unfair, then I suggest that you leave. I would not want my nephew to handle you, four lovely individuals, and oh, hello, Irina and Ismark." And Irina's like, hi there.
Irina, does your father not have a map of the realm since he was the burgomaster?
Irina thinks for a moment and says, "I'm not sure. I don't think I've been in his study." And Ismark says, yes, actually, I think there's a map.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
I've seen.
great. So we don't have to worry about paying you.
I still kind of want the oil. Is that expensive?
We'll
for
take
oil?
our money
I can't remember.
elsewhere.
You know that basically what he's charging you for things, it's about like 5 times as much as they should be. Like,
I
it's a
have
lot.
oil, Serana. Don't worry. We do hope that you're able to continue to afford your establishment without actually making any sales.
Oh yes, I make lots and lots of sales. I do not need some scruffy little ragamuffins in my shop.
Very well.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Peril steps up and he just looks down at you.
I
Elaine picks
grab
Alfie
Alfie
up
by
and
the
is like,
cloak.
glares
Like a fucking chihuahua.
Yeah.
glares from beside her and is like, so they're like head by head glaring at him.
You begin to make your way out of the shop. There's like a very dull bell that dings as you head out, and you begin heading back towards the burgomaster's mansion. And Irina says, "I'm sorry about Bildrith. He's kind of a piece of shite. Really taking advantage of anyone who comes through here and the people here.
He doesn't even employ people from the village. How does he expect
No,
the
it's
village to
so-
get better?
He
His
doesn't.
stuff is crap anyway, but it's not even made in Barovia.
I know it's imported.
Probably from the corpses of people that come through here.
Alfie, you get an inspiration.
Corpse max. You need your
That's good.
corpse oil.
Corpse oil. Just squeeze the corpses, bring them out.
All right. Well, we have to go back to the manor anyway to get
Timothy
Jimothy
and
and Marshall. So
Yeah.
we can
Let's just
we can get the map, and maybe
But
they
as-
have some oil in the manor too.
Maybe. As you begin making your way back to the manor, we are going to take a 5-minute break because it is our halfway point. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Don't go away for more intense shopping action. Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
We're shopping now, looting.
Shopping! Shopping!
Hello, everyone. We are back. So, Matihi, why don't you take it away?
Oh, it's mine now. I've taken it away. It's gone. Okay, so as the group of you begin to wander back to the Burgomaster's mansion, Alfie probably eventually calming down, being able to be let down from being held by Ghislaine and Serana both. You walk over towards the Burgomaster's mansion, and as you enter, there's a little bit of chaos currently. You see Marshall is running around like his butt is on fire currently, and he's just like milk, 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 and Jimothy's just like sitting on the couch, little tears in his eyes, but he's like eating his jalapeno.
What happened?
Ah! I hit the jalapeno and it turned out really bad. I need milk!
I don't think we
If
have
dairy helps,
milk.
we have some cheese.
Jeez!
Yeah.
Rusty
just
did
put
had a
up
better
little
taste in his mouth.
Does anybody have what happened to the Strahd's gift basket?
You like, did anybody take Strahd's gift basket? Or
I thought
anybody, like,
Marshall
Yeah.
had
Someone
it.
had it.
I mean, I think
He
I
had,
can
like, a
carry
sausage from
everything.
it.
You know who has it? Marshall.
Yeah, I think he took all the cheese, but where did he put it? I don't.
It
He
is,
hid
I had
it.
summer sausage
his
that
tummy.
I split with Ghislaine.
so you see that Marshall runs over, and like on the floor, like partially turned over, is that gift basket from Strahd. There's like little bits of paper and stuff that was stuffing it that's like flowed out now onto the ground, and he like dives his face right into this little container and pulls out just like the smallest nugget of cheese, which is pretty big for him, and he just starts mowing down on it. He just kind of sits down, his little fat body, and just munches at the cheese.
Did the cheese help?
I prestidigitate the cheese to be spicier.
He goes, "Ah!" He starts screaming, and Jimothy's like,
Welcome back, how's what did you do? Welcome back.
The funeral is okay. We met a shopkeeper who is a big, stupid
Bastard.
He's a
I was gonna-
bastard!
Oh,
Oh,
A
we don't need to
bastard.
be.
No, he's a bastard.
He's a bastard.
His grandmother's going to
his
be
kid
so
is
upset.
screaming in the basement. We're just continuously not doing anything about that, and it's making me very upset.
Oh,
Irene
that's
is
the
like,
priest. I think we were calling the shopkeeper a bastard.
yeah.
Oh, I don't think Jimothy knew we were gonna go get the stuff at the shopkeep, so I thought
No.
we were talking about the church. I'm still just, it's just like,
They're all bastards.
yep.
Bastards!
And he just starts, just shoves the jalapeno deeper into his mouth and keeps munching.
I
Tears
mean-
streaming down his cat face.
When we return him, at least he'll be returned and he'll be alive. So, I mean, they can't be too mad at us, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Ismark, do you want to show me where your dad's office is?
Yes, of course. And Ismark brings you upstairs up these like creaky wooden steps and into an office. The office is fairly well maintained. You see that there is kind of a large oaken desk with a wooden chair. It's a bit more ornate behind it. It's definitely well worn. You can see the places in the wood where like the arms would have rubbed. You see like on the edges of the chair where the armrests are, there's like wear and tear there where the seat is itself. There seems to be like some books that are here and a bit askew and whatnot. And Ismark kind of goes over and begins shuffling through some various pieces of parchment and scrolls that were once belonging to his father. He pauses for a minute and he undoes these strands that are around this one long piece of parchment, and he unrolls it onto the table itself, and you see before you what looks to be a lovely map of Barovia. I shall give you sight. On said map, Ismark points to a place that is kind of in the lower east corner, in that larger section where there's like a lot of space and a river running through. And he points down and says, this is where we are, in the Roving Village. And he snakes his finger kind of up the pathway and everything. And he brings it to that large body of water that sits kind of in the northern part. That's there. And he points just south of that. And he says, that right there's Valaki.
The lake along the path, or like the big lake?
The big lake that's near the top, like the center top in the north. That's where Valaki is, just to the south of that big lake.
And what's this small town collection of houses right here? Kind of like near the small lake, close
Talking
to.
about just southwest of, I think, is that Strahd's castle?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
That looks like it's
West?
up on a hill. Yeah.
Oh, like that itty bitty tiny
little
one.
bitty
It's
thing.
kind of, is it in the center or is
There's
the one
4 buildings.
Okay, there's 4 buildings kind of clustered.
On that map.
He points to the like in the very center of the map, slightly to the east, there seems to be that like large building that's there on the map. And he says, that is that's Castle Ravenloft. And in that south area where I see those 4 buildings now that you were talking about, the one with like that little pool that's there.
Yeah.
He says, I'm not exactly sure what that is. But it is something my father apparently notated.
Okay.
Do you think that's where the red ginger house is?
Perhaps. We'll figure it out.
Of course.
Seems like it's on the road that way anyway. Okay. Well, do you happen to know if there's any oil or anything in the house as well that Serana can use?
Oh, some oil. We do have oil for lamps, yes. And
We're not going to be here for a while, so
it-
the house is just going to be empty, right?
We're not going to be here at all, to be honest. This is, unless something is done, I think this is the last time that we will be seeing this home.
Was there still a lot of wine in the basement? I feel like we should just.
We can take it, yes. I mean, it's technically mine now, so sure. Serana, why don't you roll me a d8, please?
One.
I'm so fascinated looking at this map. Like,
That's a lot.
where's the road that we're like? Is that the road that's like legit taking us next to the castle?
Roll me a d8.
/R space 1d8 enter 4.
A 4. You find 6 flasks
Nice.
Flasks.
of oil.
Oh,
Not just flasks. Yeah, you find 6
Oh.
flasks.
I was
Never
like,
mind.
booze.
Why not, Ghislaine? Why don't you roll me a d10, please?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, geez. There we go. D10.
You only find there's only 3 bottles of wine left. That's it.
Ooh, we've party.
We drank a lot of wine.
Sounds about right.
Unfortunately, you have. There's still those bottles of wine that Strahd left you. In a little gift basket. Unless you drank them.
I think we probably drank.
Oh, they're gone. Okay. Never mind. There's
I don't
only 3.
know. What was in the gift bag? There was. I know that
There's
we ate
cheese
all of
and
the
meat,
sausage.
wine. Yeah, most of it's basically gone now. There's no more gift basket.
Yeah. No.
All right. So yeah, you find there's 3 more bottles of wine. There's 6 flasks of oil, and you have a map now.
Kira will go back downstairs All right. We found a map.
And Irina says, perfect. So we go now, I guess, to try and find that Dread House.
Yeah, let's go now.
Okay, sure. And if none of you want to do anything else, Serana?
Oh, we're not just gonna go to Valaki? We're gonna go
Well-
mess with the pie lady?
It's on the way.
Might as
Oh.
well.
Potentially.
Okay.
We assume it's on the
You
way.
assume it's on the
yeah.
way.
And if she is a hag, I would very much like to mess with her.
So, like, if we're not gonna come back here, is there not anything, like, I'm guessing that you already have bags packed of your sentimental stuff.
Aye.
Are there, like, carts, or are these roads, like, not cart ready?
I mean, there are carts, but most of the carts were kind of buggered when those wolves came and, destroyed a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah, the wolves.
Aye.
It's all right. We can walk.
For a moment, Kiora, Irina pulls you aside and says, hey, I know this is like a personal decision. I'm not forcing you to do anything. This is like letting people know at your own pace and your own time and such. But I don't know if it's going to become an issue or anything about, or it's going to come up at any time. But maybe I haven't told Ismark at all because that's your truth to tell. But I don't know if you want to tell Ismark at all about the whole changing faces thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you all told me not to keep that a secret.
But if you want to do it sometime, just in case. I just don't want to scare Ismark because he's a little bit touchy sometimes, or can be. He's a beautiful, sensitive boy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to find a good time to let him know.
Okay, sure. Up to you, of course. No, not my hands. Anyway, I'm not going to make this more awkward, and I'm just going to go and shove whatever bottle I can find in my mouth before we go. And Irina just kind of toddles off to try and snag one of those other wine bottles before you head out.
Okay.
There's only 3. Yep.
Now there's 2.
They take it and they have like a little flask and they pour some of the wine into a flask and take the cork and like shove it back in really hard into the top, and then just drink wine from the flask. Tastes kind
Alfie's going straight from the bottle. If she's ready to take it out of that bottle.
You're hitting for the bottle, and all of you begin making your way out of the manor. And if nothing else, begin making your way towards the western gates of the village of Barovia.
Adventure awaits.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Like travel music. I might have shown. Oh.
I walk this lonely road, the only one that I have ever.
DMCA. That's good. So you all begin heading out and head towards the western gates. There's not much of a gate, I should say. It's more like 2 stone pillars. One of them is slightly toppled over. You can see that there are some scratch marks that are there from wolves' claws and such, very much similar to the rest of the village. And as you begin to head out, you begin walking, I think it's like southwest.
Let me get the map.
Yeah, you begin heading southwest. As you start to walk, after a little bit of time, you can hear caw, caw, as there's the flopping of wings, and in the mist you hear various birds traverse along. There's an idle breeze that brushes by. It's cold. Everyone but Ghislaine, of course, gets like goosebumps on their skin as the breeze blows by you. And it seems to get into all the very uncomfortable places underneath your armor, underneath your clothes, and you shiver slightly. As you continue to walk, you eventually, after about 15 minutes or so, you end up at a bridge. And you see an arched stone bridge. No distinct markings show what the bridge is called, but you do see a rotting wooden sign that stands to the left of it. The sign has very interspersed lettering. One says like Turpole, the other one says Ranloff, the third says the Lack. A lot of the letters have been scratched out or have been worn over time. But it indicates that whatever is past this, you will find Turpole past this bridge once you continue heading kind of the southeastern direction.
Yeah, down on that corner of Turpole.
Boomer.
You continue to walk, and of course the sun is very obscured by the mists that are around. You begin to feel as though things start to enclose a little bit as trees begin coming more into vision on your left and on your right of the path. These little pine trees poke a little bit outwards along. You notice the ground is paved. It's like a stone path, but the ground seems to be ill taken care of. Like, these roads have not been maintained for quite a long time, but it is paved at the very least. As you continue making your way, give me one moment as I bring you to a map. Wow.
Wow.
I forgot that I have to turn off dynamic lighting.
Oh no.
No. Oh, it's okay. Nah. Let me grab your NPCs. So is there anything y'all talk about as you're on your way? Are you walking in silence most of the time?
I doubt it's silence with Jimothy.
It's true. Jimothy, what would Jimothy be talking about? Jimothy starts telling you about his parents, and says,
My parents, they were adventurers. They left me with my grandparents when I was like really small, and they decided to go out into the world and decided to go and explore and kill monsters and bad guys. That's what they told me. I haven't seen them in a few years, so I miss them. Miss him a lot.
he begins to have like a little frowny, sad face after talking about it.
I think Elaine is up, like, kind of beside whoever's leading the group, or
Yeah, who is
Like-
leading?
I'm probably usually near the back of the group, kind of just hurting everybody.
I guess me then.
you're like a
Alfie's got the bottle and the map
Alright.
in hand up front.
Amazing. Make me a con save there, Alfie, please. DC 10.
Oh. I can just do a DC 10.
Just roll your con save there on your sheet.
Oh no.
You have
Oh, no.
anything?
Wait, I didn't.
That's
I didn't.
a
D10.
D10.
It's a
Roll-
D10 now.
yeah.
You need a D20. And you have a +1 on your con. Oh, there you go. There you go. Hey! Yeah, you're just chugging. You're just like butt chugging that
I've been
back.
raised in bars, baby.
Whoa. Don't butt chug in front of Jimothy.
So you have nothing to worry about. Ismark is let's say like there. I don't know where y'all are, so Marshall's chilling. Okay. So we bring you here. As you continue walking along this path, you see a crossroads. An old wooden gallows sits atop rotting planks of cedar that creak in the chilling wind that blows from the elevated ground to the west. A frayed length of rope swings from the beam, lonely and untethered by anything below.
Ooh, free rope.
Mm-hmm. A well-worn stone road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia village to the east. Sir Pool. Tisser? I never know how to pronounce this. I'm gonna call it Sir. Sir Pool to the northwest, and Ravenloft / Vallaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into trees. The northwest clings tightly to an upward slope. And across from the gallows, a low, crumbling stone wall partially encloses a small collection of graves. A dense fog hovers over the grave sites, obscuring these potential names on makeshift headstones and grave markers. What would you like to do?
Sorry, what did it say was south?
To the southwest, you see that it says Ravenloft / Vallaki.
Kiora will move up. Where is this sign?
The sign is right here, just opposite where the gallows are.
Okay. And can I see anything like further down the path?
You look further down the path, and it just looks like, because the path is kind of clinging tightly and going upwards, you see that there's just more trees that are there. But the path slips behind some trees, and you're unable to see farther than that. Plus, the mist is fairly dense.
Okay, so I think if we want to check out that collection of houses, it's this way, and Kiora will point up.
That was the sign that said what?
So that's the sign that says Sir Pool to the northwest.
Glass shark, glass shark.
I'm gonna get you, fat kid.
Deep dog water.
And I kind of just be watching around and looking for signs of anything that might be.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm more listening and sniffing than looking.
Sniffing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I want to see if you said it was stone, but I'm looking for a little toe beans, looking for some paw prints maybe.
Some paw prints.
In
In
Go
like
ahead.
the dirt maybe beside the road or in like the tree line or something.
Make me some perception checks, if you'd like.
I'm kicking that gallow.
You boot the gallow. It kind of, one of the planks just falls and crumbles as you kick it.
It didn't give me the toggle option to like roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So technically mine's
Okay.
14. So I'm
Okay.
gonna change those settings.
Yeah. So you don't see anything particular, though. Alfie, you do see leading upwards. You see various horse tracks and like wagon markings that are in the ground that go upwards that way.
Upwards being where their Sir Pool is.
Yeah, going northwest.
I think people have been going this way.
Okay, well, that's the way we want to go. So, easy decision.
Yep. Cancel.
So
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
setting. Well, the setting, I know you were asking about the advantage, is you want to set that to query advantage.
Yeah, so you just change it within your sheet whenever you want to do whatever. Oopsies. I moved to
It's
the other side.
advantage toggle.
It's query advantage. That means you just every time you roll in R20 in roll 20, it just pops up and you can choose there as opposed to having to toggle it constantly in your character sheet.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep it always on because I don't want to
That's valid.
mess with it.
No worries.
Yeah.
So as you begin heading up northwest, down, I should say, that path. Serana and Ghislaine, whipping up into the air, there is this smell of rotted flesh. You all hear a creaking noise behind you, seeming to come from the gallows.
Was there a body on the gallows before?
Oh, so you turn around to look.
We walked past it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've walked past it. You've walked kind of up. All of y'all are like, woo. Marshall. As you kind of look around to see what that sound is, where there was nothing before, now hangs a lifeless gray body. It slowly begins to turn in the breeze as only the side profile is visible. Wisps of blonde hair float in the air, obscuring most of its facial features. A soft, round face, what looked to have been rosy cheeks, a slender form of an adult feminine figure clad in a cloth tunic and moth-eaten shorts. As their dull blue eyes settle upon each of you, the breeze stops. The wind ceases to blow, all sounds muted. What you all see is an individual, just look like maybe any other Barovian, except Ghislaine. You feel a pang deep in your heart. A weight settles into your chest as your eyes scan over the features of the figure. It is the woman you've been looking for a very long time, staring empty and lifeless towards you.
I think there's a sudden fight in her head for the logical part of her brain that knows this place, something is very wrong here. This place lies. And the part of her brain that says, that just sees what she sees. And I think without really thinking, kind of 1, 2, 3, to kind of like runs up to get a closer look.
So you run up to get a closer look, and as you stare at this creature, this individual hanging from the gallows, you hope that it's not her. You hope that it's not Fern. But as you get closer, the features, the way that her chin's angled, the way that her eyes and eyelashes kind of curl up to look at you, you realize that it is her.
I think being as tall as she vaults onto is within pretty much a flash, both pulling out her sword and vaulting onto the gallows to cut the rope.
You vault into the gallows and cut the rope, or about to. I'd like you to make me a dexterity save, please.
Okay. It's a good thing I'm proficient in this. Oh, that hurts. Oh,
Is
no.
indeed. As you spring up, you feel yourself begin to fall down as part of the cedar creaks and crumbles underneath your legs. And just before you slip, you catch yourself. But something catches you instead.
Ew. Sorry.
On your leg, crawling up from beneath the gallows, seems to be this creature clad in broken, rusted chainmail. As it begins to claw up, its black hair still clinging onto its skull, and begins trying to haul its way up, digging its claws into your legs, and trying to pull itself up from below the gallows. You can see around its neck there are markings where one hung before. And all of you roll me initiative.
Is the body still hanging there?
For now, yes.
Now, when you said that, like, the body turned, like, it looked at all of us, it's not like actively just like.
It didn't
looking-
actively look. It's just like
Okay.
hollow eyes look towards you, sort of thing.
Okay, I was like, is she just like, chilling? Okay. All right. So you click on the token.
So you
I
appear.
always forget to click the token first.
It's all good. Bop, bop, bop. Ismark is gonna help. Timothy is gonna help.
No.
No.
I'm super duper kidding. Who has Marshall right now?
TP Marshall?
Doesn't he usually hang out on Ghislaine at this point?
Ghislaine? All right, he's with you, Ghislaine.
I have
Jimothy is
probably.
Jimothy's with
I'm
you.
sorry, I just took off with them.
Yeah, it does. Oh, and I don't know. Cool, amazing. Wow. All right, Alfie, you're going first.
My
Oh.
initiative rolls are always so hardcore.
They are. They're fucking good.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna whip around when I hear like the bit of crash of Ghislaine, of the thing like gripping them and whatnot, and I'm gonna run over, still a little tipsy with my axe and go for it.
All
Go
right,
for
so
it. Its hands are holding her, right?
it's crawling its way. It's like halfway out.
Oh.
Right now, so it's got some cover. You can jump up if you'd like. Though it is 5 feet, so you'll have to make an athletics check to jump up there, or you can climb the stairs. There are stairs.
So it's under the gallows.
Yeah, so the gallows are completely enclosed at the bottom with wood, but it's
Uh-huh.
crawling up from the gallows. Like a broken shard of wood that Ghislaine broke. It's coming up and grabbing at her.
Yeah, I guess I'll run up the stairs to try and get a little bit of high ground. If that makes
Yeah.
sense there.
So you run up the steps. I think you can. Whoop. So you can definitely run up the steps and kind of jump over this little hole there. As you get up there, I want you to make me a dex saving throw, please.
Yeah.
a crumbly step. So you're able to like swiftly dodge out of the way of as a piece of wood like crumbles down. You deftly jump out of the way and are able to get into position behind Ghislaine.
Okay, but it seems like I just don't have quite a clear shot yet because the thing is still coming out.
You can strike down on it if you'd like.
Hell yeah.
You definitely hit for 10 damage. So you strike into this thing, slashing at it, and you cut deep into it, but this thing looks, even though it's seemingly dead, seems very hardy. All right. You should be at... Did you heal up to full? I'm guessing you did. Right?
I rolled 2d6. I'm like 18 out of 22.
You could have used a hit die to heal up to full if you'd like. Roll
Is
your
that
hit die.
is that including also, because before we went to bed, I did that prayer of healing to top everybody off.
Oh, you're probably at full then.
Or not top everybody off, but I
Oops,
healed
not
a good
33.
chunk.
Yeah, we'll just put you at 22. That's the
Okay.
easiest. All right. So, wait, you rolled 2. Okay. Sin, it is you. Go, Sin, go.
That is not me. It's Ghislaine.
It has 4. Yeah.
You have 21. Oh, wait, did you roll twice? Oh,
No.
okay. Weird. Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah,
it's
I should've
old
said.
shit. It's old shit. God damn it.
I
I
rolled a
forgot
4.
to erase. I forgot to erase. I'm a dum-dum. Ghislaine rolled a 19. Okay, so now
I
I'm
think-
a smart. Irina's not at a 9. Okay, Ghislaine.
I think with a sword out already, she's gonna stab down into the thing at her feet.
All right. So go ahead and strike at it.
All right. Let's.
So yeah, you try striking down into this thing in the hole, and it seems just go as it like bats away your long sword.
Don't forget, Ghislaine, if you have Marshall, he can help you.
Yeah, you can roll again. He
Oh,
can give you a help
okay.
action.
Yes.
So roll again.
Yes,
You have
yes.
advantage with Marshall.
That really said. Thank you, Marshall.
You're welcome.
Ah! So it's 12
Yes!
damage. Yeah, you it like bats away your greatsword at one time, but because it uses its hand, you pull up and you see just blackened blood spurt out as you cut across the length of its wrist.
Stupid thing.
PP. Ismark. Ismark stumbles back a few inches next to you, Sin, and out of like a reaction, puts a hand on your shoulder. I have to read something really quick. Ooh. Oh, no, it won't be that. Damn. I thought it was this. He's got. So he puts a hand on your shoulder out of nervousness, and he just kind of waits for a moment, a bit nervous. He doesn't know what to do. He's never really been in this sort of situation. He seems very scared.
It's all right. Just stay back.
Okay. The creature crawls out from the hole, getting up and straddling the chunk, like the big hole that has been created. And it looks between Ghislaine and Alfie. And it will go after Ghislaine. Do. Let's see. Whew. I'm just looking at these here. Ah, okay. So, Ghislaine, I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please. As this creature locks eyes with you, like dead locks eyes with you.
I want to know what love is.
You feel, for a moment, your body starts to tense up with paralysis. And you feel like your throat tightening, your muscles cramping, and you're somehow able to shrug all this off and keep going. It seems extremely angry that you have not fully locked up. Perfect.
It's like, why haven't you fallen in love with me yet?
How dare you? Does not speak because its larynx is crushed.
I made it for you.
All right. I think that's
For
all.
you, I'm gonna let it hit free.
Serana, what would you like to do?
So I can see this thing now. It's crawled up, right?
Yep.
Do I know what it is?
You can make me a knowledge or arcana check. Knowledge, arcana.
Normal submit. Yeah.
It looks like an undead.
Oh. Okay.
What do you want to do?
I have Jimothy, so like I'm not going near
Yes.
that thing. I'm here to like heal up people. I'm gonna hold.
You can bing bong. Oh wait, you might be. able
Has
to
he
bing
been
bong.
hurt? Oh wait, he has been hurt.
Yeah.
What's the bing bong distance? My
bing-
big bing bong. Hold on. Spells. Toll the dead. Let's see. 60 feet. I look like I'm closer to 61. I can see him. Okay. I point. I'm
You
a toll.
think I will let you know ahead of time because you did roll a 10 and you know it's an undead. There is a chance that it's going to be resistant to necrotic damage, which is what you deal.
I mean, like, that's a free spell for me. So if
That's
it's
true.
resistant, it's still just taking a little bit, right?
Yep.
And I think on that one, it's like it's there's not even damage if it doesn't. So I mean, nah, I'll just hold because then in case I gotta like fix some shit, I don't know.
So you're going to hold your action?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Next on the list, Irina. Irina is about 20, 25, 30. They're gonna use the full action plus an action to get on up there. Actually, no, they're gonna do that. So they're up there with you now. Now it's you, Sin.
All right. Sin is going to draw a card, and it is the humanoid.
What does that do?
On each of my turns, as a bonus action, I can give someone advantage. Yeah, so for the next 10 minutes as a bonus action, I may inspire an ally within 30 feet of me. That ally gains advantage on their next attack roll. And I am going to use a bonus action to give it to Ghislaine.
Yeah.
Also, it
Ghislaine-
seems like you
Ghislaine
removed
does have
Alfie from the...
advantage.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna give it to, Alfie.
I gone. I'm not on the turn order.
No, you're there.
Okay,
Oh,
if
are you
you,
seeing
we
yourself?
can't see her, but
Okay,
if
I'll
you can,
re-add.
then-
Do. Can you see them now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So Ismark is going to use their action. As they're staring towards this creature, there is some sort of connection that you see, Sin. I would like you to make me a knowledge arcana roll.
Okay.
So you see that Ismark did indeed. He's cast a spell. He cast True Strike on it.
Okay.
Okay.
He casted what now?
True Strike. Alfie.
Okay.
What?
True Strike. Oh, True Strike does
Like on himself?
at the creature. So let's see. On your next turn,
Bro, same
he
thing.
gets advantage on the first attack roll against the target. He's aiming at the revenant or the undead. So there's like this little. You see this like little beam of light that extends from Ismark to the creature, kind of links them together. This like little silvery thread.
Oh, he's not giving that creature True Strike. I thought.
No, True Strike is different in this one.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, I know. I thought it was like you get an
Weird
automatic
stance.
20, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, but no, it does not. Alfie, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna hit the axe again, but with it, I'm gonna hit him with the axe again. But I would like to use because I just got it, defensive flourish. So I get these little bardic dice, and I can add it to my damage. I believe damage equals the number. Damage equals number you roll on the bardic inspiration die.
Nice.
I think that's a that's a
cool.
D6. Okay.
Yeah, it's a D6 that you get to add. So roll your attack with advantage because you have advantage from Sin.
Oops, I hit it twice.
So 25. That's really good. So D6. So roll another D6. So you get 6 plus on 7 damage. You slash into this creature. It seems not super affected. Like your damage went through, but it didn't seem to do like a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ghislaine. Marshall's like,
Kick him in the shins! Kick him in the shins!
I'm gonna stab for it again. I'm just like, let go of me. If I look up, is Fern still there?
you look up. I don't think they've been touched by anyone. So yes, still hanging there. This Fern.
Okay. Okay. I will stab at it. Is it?
All right. Yeah. So you hit. So we'll go with the 11 because that's the first one rolled. So you do.
Okay.
As you strike into this thing, it reels back slightly from the impact, but it still seems to be standing very strong.
Is it an action or a bonus action to see if I can check my brain bank to see what this is?
No, you can do that. So make me, what did I say? Knowledge Arcana? Yeah, make me Knowledge Arcana roll, please.
Okay. Oh, and I'm guessing it's undead.
It is.
So
This is a Revenant.
Okay.
So this thing has a few fun abilities, like what it did to you, which is a Vengeful Glare, which will cause you to paralysis for about a minute or so. Rejuvenation. So the soul inhabits and animates another corpse within 24 hours if it can find one. It can't be turned using Turn Undead. You know that it takes... it heals 10 points of damage at the start of its turn, but if the Revenant takes fire or radiant damage, it doesn't work.
Well.
Yep.
okay. All right. And I'm guessing it'd be more than a free action. Just tell them this, right?
Just be like, hit it with fire, hit it with radiant, it recharges health.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that if I can.
Every
enemy
Serrana's just like, lube him up.
Lube 'em up.
Lube him up.
I'm gonna dip my axe in fire.
Perfect. All
He's
right.
just made a country song out of that one.
Ismark
my axe in the fire.
Ismark extends their hand towards the creature, not out of any purpose, but it seems to be more just instinct that he does it. Let me...
It's just the Holy Spirit is taking
It
over.
is. The Holy
Do you
Spirit
think
is
he's
taking
Steve
over.
Irwin?
He sees this like an undead. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Well, that's
Not
right.
dangerous.
Let me just... Do I have... Perfect. Amazing. Fix that. Love it. And he casts Eldritch Blast. So is there a spell? No, it is a ranged spell attack. Why do you do this to me, game? He is rolling with advantage. Oh shit. Well, he hits. For sure. Dealing 7 points of damage to this thing. So you see extending, rippling from Ismark's hand, you see this blackened beam intermix with this like a blood red stream that seems to be curling around it as it strikes into the Revenant's chest. Ismark looks really surprised. Sin. And he kind of looks down at his hand. He's like, "What was that?" It is the Revenant's turn.
I didn't know he was useful.
Oh god, that he did not take that much damage. Jesus Christ. I actually
150 damage.
I actually did about that.
Just dust him.
The Revenant is going to make 2 strikes. One towards... Actually, I'm going to roll for this. 1, 2, 3, Alfie, or 1, 2, Alfie. 3, 4, Irina. The rest, Ghislaine. Ghislaine for 1, and Irina for 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took damage. Did I take damage from him last time?
No, you didn't take any damage.
Okay.
But he just stared at you. Black
They
eyes.
just gave me a real mean look.
So with takes one of those ghostly hands, and the creature seems to be trying to speak to you, Ghislaine, but unfortunately, like its throat, you can see the rotten indentations in its throat from where the rope was, and it's just crushed, completely crushed his throat. You see his mouth moving and trying to say something to you as he swings down.
Is it like a mean thing or like a...
That's gonna be a miss for the first attack, and then he turns to attack Irina for the second, which is also a miss. So you see these 2 long sweeps from this long sword and just right past the both of you. This thing it seems very unsteady on its feet. You see it's wobbling a little bit on the wood.
It did hit me for 1.
It didn't hit you.
attack.
It didn't hit you at all.
Oh, okay.
Like it has not damaged you at
Okay.
all.
Yay. Oh, yes.
Right? Serana, you got Jimothy. Just to let you know, Jimothy will give you a help action.
Jimothy will. Oh,
Yeah. Jimothy can give you help actions.
does the is not a jalapeno fire damage?
Yeah.
Please
Absolutely.
describe to me how you will inflict this revenant with a spicy jalapeno.
Just chew it up. Just jalapeno juice right in its face.
Jalapeno
No,
mouth.
jalapeno. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I don't have fire, but I do have. You said what would hit it?
Fire and radiant. Prevents it
feel
from
like-
regenerating.
Radiant. What is this? Let me see. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage. The next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage. I want to cast Guiding Bolt.
Perfect. Cast that.
Jimothy, help!
Okay.
It's a ranged attack. I'm bad.
As
Okay.
you're like about to cast it, you feel like Jimothy's little paws like rub your scalp very gently.
Guiding Bolt up the butt.
Guiding bolt right up the butt.
Yeah, I want to actually cast a. Wait, when you cast a spell using a slot of second level, the damage increases. Ooh, I think I want to cast it at level 2.
You have two spell slots total.
Advantage. Yeah, I do have advantage. Thanks, Jimothy.
You're
Submit-
welcome.
Yeah. Oof.
24 to hit. That definitely hits. All right. And that does
And then I click on the guiding bolt +6 and it will roll the damage, right?
Yes. So it should be 5d6 damage.
Yeah, but I can tell it it gives me a drop down to cast at level 2. Submit. Dix rolls.
46.
Whatever.
You should roll one more d6.
Wait, really? Oh.
Yep.
No,
Why?
it
Oh,
did it. So it's 18 points of damage.
Uh
That first
it's
number
oh,
is
thank you.
is the additional
18
d6.
points of damage. It reels from that bolt as it hits it right square in the chest. And it seems to stumble a little bit, almost. It seems very unsteady on its feet, standing upon this up on the gallows.
And then as a I thought I had a bonus action thing. No. So Ghislaine, yeah, so the next person to hit it will have advantage, whoever that is, right? Just whoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably Irina.
Irina. So her first attack is, or their first attack, sorry, is they're gonna do two short sword or long sword attacks. It would be a 24 to hit because of that advantage. Thank you. So the first one hits. The second one unfortunately misses, but they do deal 5 slashing as they strike, just nicking this thing, just right kind of on the elbow, and like it skins off its elbow.
Ow.
Oh no.
She's like, "I a bloody fucking undead bitch. 8 decks." Sin.
All right, Sin will use a bonus action to give Alfie advantage again for 1. Nobody's been hit, right?
Nobody's been hit at all.
Okay. In that case, I will use Ray of Frost.
All right. Ooh. Very nice.
Magic
I
crit.
mean, definitely hits.
All right, so
Heck yeah.
that is 11 points of cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 for the next round.
Perfect. So you start to freeze various parts on its body. You see like its thighs and its legs start to freeze kind of into place upon the gallows. It's having a lot of trouble like bending its legs and moving and being mobile. Alfie, back to the top. It's you. You feel that underneath you, the gallows feel like they're starting to get unsteady. I need you to make me a dex saving throw, please.
Yeah.
Ten. So you just make it. You just keep yourself steady and balanced as underneath you another plank falls into this little pit below. And you look down and you see various like moldy bones that are scattered below the gallows.
Can I use halfling nimbleness to go past the creature to go next to Ghislaine?
You don't want to flank?
What?
So flanking's actually technically not a thing in 5e.
Oh, that's right.
4.5.
Dicks.
Halfling bliss. The space of any creature of a size larger than yours. Yes, you can totally do that. You're still in its radius.
Mm-hmm.
Radius?
Can I just
Wait, are you a medium-sized creature? Or you're a small-sized creature.
I think
Halflings are
I'm
small.
You're small. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you can dive. It's all good.
Just roll like small.
Small.
Because it's just the planks under me. It's not under the others or anything.
They're seemingly all pretty unsteady. You think that everyone's probably gonna have to try and not fall down.
I guess I think I want to actually get a hit in before I try to hop off this thing. Because as a small being, falling in that pit's probably not super fun. So can I? Oh, and Emma, I had a question. When we when we leveled me up, we put in two-hand fighting. Do I actually have that yet, or like how does that?
It's two-handed fighting. You do have that, but that only works when you have a weapon in your offhand as well. But what'll happen is you'll make an attack with your main hand, and then as a bonus action, you can attack with your offhand weapon.
Okay. I just wanted to ask. Okay, can I think I want to take a thwack at this thing with the axe since I do have the advantage from Kiora anyway.
Yes.
I think. And then I'm gonna let the others know that this thing feels like it's about to go. And then I'm probably did I hit it twice?
Nice. So dealing 8 solid damage as you crash into this thing. Some of its like chainmail seems to break and fall apart a little bit as it crumbles away.
Okay. And then
You want to move?
yeah, I think I'm gonna try to move out of the way, at least to be near the stairs, like by Ghislaine. So if anything,
Crumbles and
like,
falls.
hop
So
off.
you do have to be in a space adjacent. You can't be in her space.
How do I? Fuck.
Just like standing
Yeah.
between my feet.
There you go. So I will. So you can go like here.
Yeah.
That would
Okay.
be okay. So you kind of roll off and roll onto the ground.
Yeah.
All right, Ghislaine. Make me a
Um,
dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
As again, this thing is starting to crumble. Perfect. So part of the wood just again collapses beneath your feet, and you see like splinters of wood now are sticking up and jutting up from below the gallows.
Okay. I think do I see Fern, like, is she within reach?
She is.
Okay. I'm going to first of all with one hand try and kind of like lift her,
Mm-hmm.
and with the other hand go to swipe at the revenant.
All right. As you touch Fern's body, where you touch, it begins to turn into blackened ash on your hand. And you see that blackened ash, it starts to spread out to her entire body as it just starts to disintegrate in front of you. Can you make me a... I'm going to say, make me a wisdom saving throw, please. So you seeing... I should ask, how does Ghislaine feel seeing the body of Fern crumble before her?
She, in the moment, feels with her like all the hope that she had that Fern was still out there crumbling with her, but is still a small part of. I guess with a wisdom save like that, a small part of her wouldn't be like screaming at her that something isn't right. But I think she just screams in utter rage and pain and frustration. And is it an action to turn? Like a full action? Hold on a second.
For you, actually, I think it's a bonus action.
Okay. I am going to use, so she uses her bonus action. I actually have to go in to edit the character every time I want to do this.
I know, unfortunately.
It is a little bit weird, but
blood curses, blood right,
transformation in hybrid form. There we go. So she screams in rage and pain and frustration and just changes before everyone's eyes. And do I think I have like a clear between me and this thing? Do I think I can clear the gallows like this direction?
over here.
Yeah, like if I try and kind of like jump off this way.
Okay, so do you want to get to the other side of this creature, or do you want to get down here?
Down, but I think she kind of like tackles it full force.
Okay, so you want to tackle this thing. I will say, out of your rage and frustration, because you did roll that 1, you are going to have disadvantage, but Marshall gives you advantage, so it equals out to 0.
It equals out, yeah.
Yeah, just a regular. So you can tackle this thing. Are you tackling it off the gallows or down into the gallows?
Off, like just
okay.
Lunges
like here.
And pushes herself off this way.
All right.
While
So
like grappling it.
this will be if you're trying to grapple it, this will be an opposed athletics check to grapple this thing. Which goes its athletics.
So you see all of a sudden she gets very, very hairy very quickly. Very furry very quickly. Okay.
Ooh. So it would just be the 15
Yeah.
for this one. Ooh. So you like go in to grapple it, and this thing, it kind of spins its swords, and now its pommel is in its hand, and it meets your claws, as now like all of the skin has shedded away from Ghislaine. The rest of you haven't seen this full transformation before, but it looked like just rock shearing off of a cliffside as Ghislaine's snout begins to grow, the teeth grow in, and they just look like they're made of obsidian now. You see like various pieces of rock. Yeah, you see various pieces of rock just are now on the ground, as both the Revenant and Ghislaine are now in like a lock, like hands on claws sort of thing. Neither able to topple the other currently.
Okay.
And Ismark. Let's see.
Got so many rock puns I want to make.
That rocks. Ooh. All right. You hear Ismark say, "Stay away from my friend," and the creature is going, "Fuck." The creature doesn't give a fuck. You see something like trying to be enacted by Ismark, whether he knows it or not, Sin, but whatever it is, it has no effect against this creature.
Got it.
Big sad. This creature is going to use one of its actions. It unlocks from the grapple, and it is going to, it's got 2 attacks this round, it is going to try and push you down into the like jutting out wooden like splinters that are on the ground inside the gallows. So make me an opposed athletics check for this. They suck.
Oh heck yeah.
You roll the 15.
All right.
So this will be, he can't, so it'll be a 15 because Marshall can't give help twice.
18.
Oh, did I actually?
18.
No,
oh, sorry.
that was your roll before.
It would be an 18. So they're trying to like sweep the leg and push you in there, you remain firm and you keep your ground. Instead, it'll just try to stab you with that long sword that it has. It's pissed. I rolled a 4. It tries to impale you with its sword, and you kind of grab it and just like turn it away, easily able to like dodge out of the way of this thing. Serana, what do you want to do?
I know it's probably resistant to necrotic, but
You know that for a fact.
I mean, so who's actually taking damage?
No one.
So no one's actually taken damage. This thing
Except
has
for that
not
thing.
hit. Yeah, this thing has just taken so much damage.
Before I bing bong bitches, I go, Glenn, you okay?
All
Angry
you
dog noises. Bark, 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 bark.
all you hear is just snarling as she's locked in with this thing.
Okay. I'll just do it. I'm just like, well,
Bing bong. Okay, it's gotta do a saving throw with a wisdom. Bow. You hit it.
oh,
Deal that
All right.
damage. I rolled a 3.
can I do this one where I click on the thing? No, this one doesn't
Nope.
have it where I can click
I
on
know
it. That's
it's
weird.
silly. Roll that d12. It's demolished.
Uno.
Oh no! It still deals 1 damage.
Yeah, it's one. It's one no matter what. Yeah, you can't half that damage because you
You
can't
see
get
this
it
little- You see just like a little tss as like you hear the bong, 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 and there's just like just a little bit of a sizzle come out of its skin. Just a psst.
Now it has a little matching cat scratch like I do.
Irina's got to make a save or else they fall. They rolled a 17. They easily make it. They'll jump over and like, don't worry. Wait, what are their voice? Don't worry, I got this. And they will do 2 attacks. Irina. So, rolling a 1. Irina tries to stab into this thing, goes clear past it, and I'm just gonna say with a 1, it's gonna try to like put them in a headlock. So you see this creature tries to like grab and like because Irina stabs forward and they put their head a little bit too far, and this thing just tries to clamp its arm down and put Irina in a headlock, but Irina's able to pull their head back just in time and be like, well, let's not do that again, please. And Irina swings and misses horrendously.
How does this thing look?
It looks pretty heavily damaged.
So we got a grapple train going on here. Is that what
Got
I'm
a bit of a grapple train going on. I think Sin is interested in what's happening to Ismark, but also wants this to end faster. So they pull a card, and they pull the Artificer. Ooh.
The do.
This is one of my new cards, one of my level 2 cards.
Ooh, at the end of your turn, you imbue 5 weapons within 30 feet of you with technology of magic. Manifest in a multitude of ways: longbow, a scope, wicked buzzsaw. Okay,
So
+1 bonus to attack. And okay,
can
tell me how
give-
that looks.
yeah, so I pull this card, and Irina's spear, I think, rather than just kind of like technology appears, because that's not really fitting with who Sin is. Instead, suddenly the card kind of disintegrates into this fine black dust and flows over towards Irina's spear, which the tip becomes like almost diamond. Alfie, you have a hand axe and like a dagger, right?
Yeah, or like I like to use 2 little hand axes.
Okay, so both of your hand axes now, their blades have turned into like this dark, crystalline material. Ghislaine's using like teeth.
great
right
sword.
now. Oh, great
Yeah,
sword. Okay.
yeah.
Which is
Um,
weird because I have 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah. So your great sword, kind of similar to Irina, turns into like almost a diamond-like. And then
My sword.
I have one more.
Jimothy has a wooden sword.
I have a
Yeah.
staff.
It turns into redwood.
I could go bonk it with my staff.
Sure. Serana's staff turns into, it kind of like glows. You know, like the dark saber. It's kind of like that.
I love
Oh,
it.
that's my aesthetic. And now it's like the coolest looking shepherd's crook that ever existed.
It really
Hell
is.
yeah.
All of your weapons change and shift as the card that Sin draws kind of explodes, and you see like 5 motes of light come out from it and hit all of your weapons, striking into them and imbuing them with just this magical energy.
And that's active for the next minute. And for my bonus action, I give Alfie advantage.
Nice. Speaking of Alfie, it's your turn.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay. So I'm on the ground level now, right? I hopped off, or
Yes, you were on the ground level. You kind of rolled off there. I think you were just like teetering on the edge. I think that was it. You were like wanting to be on the edge of this, but we just couldn't put you there because, you know, Ghislaine.
yeah.
You can still strike at this thing.
Okay,
You'd
because
like.
I think I'm gonna take both of them and try to. Are its leggies still frozen?
I think they are.
No, they're not.
currently frozen. No,
I'm going for those fucking
Alright.
kneecaps.
cap them.
Bite his ankles.
Get the kneecaps.
If you
okay.
hit with their armor class with over 5, they'll have to make a dexterity saving throw or fall.
Ooh. What does that stacking up to +4 on that card mean?
I think they
That
Sin
means
can keep drawing
if-
it or something.
No, if your weapon like is already a +1 weapon or something, it'd make it a
Oh.
+2 weapon, but it can't make it go past +4.
Cool. Because I got magic weapon for my domain spell, so we could, with our powers combined, a
Just now,
+2.
Yeah.
+1.
It's a +2. So unfortunately, it does make the dexterity save.
Wait, you rolled as
Nope,
never
it's
mind.
not. I'm Strahd. So as you strike this thing, you strike it at its kneecaps and you hit, and it kind of buckles for a moment, but it ends up catching itself and almost doing like a little splits action over top of the gallows. But you do deal 6 damage to it. as it
7
cuts
damage
into-
actually.
Oh, 7 damage.
If it's both hand axes, how does that work?
So the second, as you're offhand,
Yeah.
you'll roll just a straight d20. You don't add your ability score modifier.
Uh-huh.
So you miss.
Okay,
Unfortunately, but that's okay.
it's fine.
That's totally fine. Do you want to move at all, or do you want to stay there?
But you don't get your bonus to the roll?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess I'll stay where I'm at on the edge.
All right, Ghislaine, you are full woof, and Marshall's like, ah! Like you feel him like digging his little like paws into your fur, holding on.
Half wolf. Technically hybrid. You see full wolf. I got
Hybrid,
your
I'm
corgi. I
sorry.
got your corgi right here.
Bjork. Ghislaine, what would you like to do?
I would like to just snarl at this thing. If I snarl at it, and never mind, intimidation is not, no. I get no pluses to intimidation in this form.
No, and you think that it's immune to frightened as well, so you can't
Okay.
scare it, unfortunately.
So all snarl is more of like a
Effect. Just
yeah,
grr.
just pure anger.
I can't snarl IRL. Grr. I'm not Brenly Mulligan, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone should be sorry that they're not Brennan Lee
I
Mulligan.
know, right?
Every
Fuck.
person on the planet. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I guess, athletics check and just try and push it off again. Just like try and jump off with it.
Sure.
Did I do the thing?
Yeah, you did the thing.
Woohoo!
Julie. All right. So you do a thing, unless it crits. Nope. So you grab it and tackle it to the ground. So you're currently on it. And it's prone.
It's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
You get inspiration.
Can I just like, can I also try and stab it, or is that too much right now?
No, that would, because you've used your action to tackle it to the ground.
Oh, okay.
All right, Ismark is going to do a thing. They are going to, they're not very good. Actually, Ismark is going to, they have this. They still have things. They see that you have it on the ground, so they're going to get advantage for this. Ismark is going to come over, draw their rapier, and he's going to stab it. He looks more determined than before. Now that this thing is pinned. Go, Ismark. Ooh! He hits! He hits! Oh my god!
Boy.
The boy! And Ismark's like, as he stabs it into this thing and he finds like it's purchased with the blade, he pulls it back. He's like, I did it. Okay. All right.
Here
Super hard.
comes the
Oh,
Boy, hello.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Welcome. Revenant is going to, I think, it's going to try and break the grapple, so make me an opposed athletics check, please.
Okay.
Lane.
Opposed athletics.
Gotta
I
be
can do
a
this.
19, please and thank you.
Ah.
Unfortunately, they do break the grapple. I will
No.
say they do get a strike as they stand up. You're not prone, Ghislaine, just because they you're holding them. They're going to reach out and swing their blade not towards you, Ghislaine, but towards Ismark. And they do slash into Ismark, dealing 13 damage. Ismark is still... Actually, wait. Hold up. Wait, he has a thing for this.
Can I like get in the way of it?
No, unfortunately. But as it goes to strike out, it almost hits Ismark, but you see it's just in enough because their AC's 15. He parries the blow and deflects it.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see like Ismark, he kind of puts like one hand behind his back and takes like a fencer's pose and just goes wow, and just a little flourish, and the sword like goes to the side, and Ismark is just like, all right,
Am I turned on right
Why is he so
Yeah.
much hotter suddenly?
You see like there's a little bit of sweat that like beads at his
He's
brow.
like dewy.
Are both hot?
Yeah, like
That's not allowed.
That's illegal.
wait, that's illegal. Serana, the hot boy, what are you gonna do? Revenant is now standing.
Marshall's not actually there, right?
Marshall's with Ghislaine. Marshall's like, ah! Like
Just holding on for dear
so you
life.
see like a POV, but it's not a POV of Marshall. It's like a GoPro, but if the GoPro was like attached to the other side and viewing Marshall's face, as like the world turns behind Marshall, you see Marshall's like scared little rat face as he clings on for dear life onto Ghislaine's fur. Go ah! And it's back to Serana.
And it looks pretty hurt, right?
It looks extremely hurt.
I don't want to bing bong. I'm upset. I'm like, come on, Jimothy, let's go shank this bitch.
Let's
And-
go shake the bitch.
Yeah, I'm just
Let's
gonna
go.
walk up. I'm gonna bonk it with my cool new stick.
Do you want Jimothy to assist, or do you want Jimothy to attack on his own regard?
Wait.
Because Jimothy will attack if you don't want him to.
Jimothy just has a wooden sword.
Yeah,
That's a weapon.
Yeah, but
it is a weapon.
I don't know. I kind of need.
See the help? Okay. All right, you get it. You get the help action.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna do the last turn. Shit. Okay. What does the weapon adds a +1 to it, right? So I get one more bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm holding it two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have another weapon,
Smeesh.
and I have advantage.
You
I
do.
can't change the bonus on it, so it'll just be like whatever this roll is
No
plus
worries.
1. Not that it matters.
Oh, you have. Wait. Did I give you inspiration?
Yes, for
So
my
you can
shitty
reroll.
one. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
just managed to reroll.
Two-handed.
This is why you make the GM laugh, because I give you things. No!
Tragic.
Oof.
Serana, you like hold this over your head and you're trying to just go bap, bap, and you're hitting the Revenant on the arm a few times, and it just looks up to you like, what the fuck? Can you stop? Just bap, 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 not doing anything. Irina is going to hop down. Actually, you know what? Irina, the gallows is still kind of like hanging, and it's like up. So Irina's gonna make an acrobatics check to try and like jump up and jump off this thing.
Okay, Assassin's Creed, grab the rope and like swing around it.
Yep. If you also, I will let you know now. I should have let you know ahead of time. If you do like cool things in combat or cool descriptors in combat, we can roll certain skill checks, and if you make it, then I might give you advantage. So it's always good. Oh, yeah, they don't really have acrobatics. So instead, Irina will. Oh God. So Irina attempts to do this sweet, like, run up the side of this thing, swing around, stab, sort of thing. And they kind of almost faceplant into the dirt instead. And they're like, I meant to do that, it's fine. And they're going to use their just other attack to stab this thing. Actually, that's a... Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, they don't have advantage. Unfortunate.
This thing is like surrounded though.
But they are going to slash twice at it. It is, unfortunately, no advantage. But they do get one hit in, so they get only 7 damage. But still. This thing hasn't hit anybody. Except
Little bitch.
it really is. Sin,
Yes, baby.
it's your turn.
Ooh, honey.
You think that
Alright.
maybe, potentially, you could finish this thing off?
Cat book.
It's like falling apart.
Okay.
Cat boy.
It's gonna be luck of the draw. I'm gonna draw a card. Pwah! Ooh, hell yeah. Okay.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I draw the Elemental.
Ooh, what does that do?
The Elemental. Allow me to tell you what it does.
Please elaborate. Ooh.
For the end of my turn, I can cast Burning Hands, Thunder Wave, or Witch Bolt.
Ooh.
2 of those are really difficult to do at the moment.
Gonna do Witch Bolt?
I'm gonna try to do Witch Bolt. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
Please don't do Thunder Wave.
I'm gonna do
will Burning
Thunder
Hand
Wave and
stop it
hit
from
everybody.
healing?
Let me see. Witch Bolt.
No, that's mine.
Is that radiant?
5e.
Which one?
Because the fire or radiant stops it from healing every time,
Yeah.
right?
It does.
But I would
Has
be.
healed.
She'll
I would
probably
have
just
to
be killing
hit
it.
somebody to.
Rain's
Yeah,
Bolt
no,
is
you're
not
gonna,
Burning
you're gonna. It would
Hands.
be like cone of fire everybody. I just didn't know if Witch Bolt was
Oh,
radiant. I
okay.
don't think it
This is
is.
pretty good. So, sustaining lightning, make a ranged spell attack against the creature. On a hit, the target takes d12 lightning damage. And on each of your turns for the duration, which is 1 minute, it's concentration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically.
Ooh.
So
That's
my
good.
spell attack bonus is +5. So I roll 1d20 +5.
Nice.
Luckily, I have advantage, so I'm going to use it.
Oh, you use your bonus action to give yourself advantage?
No, I have GM advantage from last session.
The inspiration. So that's just a reroll.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get it.
Motherfucker.
So
Could I give myself another advantage with my bonus action?
Triple advantage.
with your
Is
bonus
that
action,
allowed?
sure, why not?
Yes.
Because
Can
that
I
would
give her
been...
bardic inspiration?
No. So much.
I'm gonna kill my. No, I'm not. I'm not.
So you extend your
Oh my
hand,
gosh.
and as the witch bolt fires, it let me see, it almost hits Serana. You see it arc, it almost hits Serana, but it seems to like get attracted to Ismark's rapier, and then it just kind of shoots out, and then eventually grounds itself.
Okay.
You gonna do anything else? You got your
That's all I
movement.
can do.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm done.
Alfie, you don't have advantage this time.
Time to launch myself at this fucking monster.
I know.
I'm the only one on the other side, so I'm gonna just fucking leap onto this shit.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
Whatever you want. Hold on.
Okay, do it up. Give me some acrobatics. So you like leap up into the air and you take like a little bit of a running start, and you end up doing what Irina wanted to do, and you do like a cool you do like an
I
ass
go, watch this, babe.
flip, and you're just like whew, and you do like a backflip, a somersault, you do a whole bunch of flips in the air, like a cartwheel, nothing that's really possible. It's just like you're basically stuck in the air doing these things, and eventually you come crashing down onto this creature, so you get to roll with advantage in this one. Just for coolness, why not? Sweet. So you strike it with a 9. It is literally on its last legs as you cut deep into this thing.
And then do I how do I roll, like, what do I do for the
So-
second?
You can roll as normal. I looked up the
Yeah.
rule.
So roll another attack. You won't get advantage on this one, but I believe in you. I believe in you.
We believe in you.
You got this. Unfortunately, the belief does not strike true.
Belief was not strong enough.
You clank against the chainmail that it has, just glancing off of it with your other hand axe. Ghislaine, you got this. Finish this baby off.
I think I'm just gonna swipe at it again with the sword. I'm gonna try and just the sheer anger, just try and stab it. Yes.
So, describe how you kill this thing.
I just take all of that rage that is still inside her body and just 2 hands on the sword, more like with the sword sticking out this way, stab into it and stick it to the ground.
So you stab into this thing's chest with your greatsword, embedding it deep into the ground. It shudders a few times before its form crumples inwards, and all that's left is this very pale blue creature kind of lies still, and you can see slowly little flecks of gray ash start to form on its ankles and start to slowly make its way up as its body starts to disintegrate. And as we pull out of combat, come back to a Ghislaine that is still fully transformed, staring at this dead creature. All of you are looking around, looking down. Ghislaine, you look back up towards the gallows and what was left of Fern. You see the last little bits of blackened ash float up and float away into the air.
I think Ghislaine in her hybrid form, which is kind of like a standing wolf, just lets out a kind of a roar at the gallows. And
go ahead.
just tries to make sense of what they've seen, because something doesn't feel right, but it's hard to think past the pain.
As the pain wells up inside of you, you let out a roar. The roar echoes over the trees. Various birds and crows start to scatter from nearby. The very like light, cool breeze begins to resume again, blowing the rest of the ash away at both Fern and this creature. We pull back from the party, scanning a little more northwards. As you begin to traverse northwards through the mists, through the clouds, we pull into a shot looking at a little hilltop, and sitting atop is what looks to be a windmill, very reminiscent of the ones inside the death house. As the cranking of the wheel turns and spins, this little windmill, as they go around, standing alone atop this little hill out front is a woman clad in a blue dress, blonde hair, pink rosy cheeks, and blue eyes, staring out towards where the call was heard. And that is where we will fade to black and end tonight's session.
Creepy hands. Creepy gross hands.
Creepy gross hands.
Yay!
You need to moisturize
Old
better.
people hands.
Moisturize me.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Matt, for running that session. That was great.
That was really fun.
Let's quickly, before we end the stream, go around. Everybody say who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of the session was. Let us start off with Matihi herself.
Oh no. All right, I'm Matihi. You can find me on a few other Twitch channels. I'm mostly, if we're talking in chat, I'm mostly on BKK's chat pretty much every day, just hanging out, as me and Emma usually hang out every day. I'm also at Maddie Matihi, both on Instagram and Twitter, and occasionally I do stuff on Twitch myself. I also, along with Emma, have a TTRPG server where we occasionally run some games, and I will be eventually starting up a monthly episodic game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians for like little drop-ins and stuff, which is super fun. But yeah, I think my favorite part of tonight, let's see. I really enjoyed you guys kind of like arguing with the shopkeep, who I've already forgot the name of, because I was like kind of hoping you go to the shopkeep eventually just so I could be a dickhead and just be like, haha, charging my prices. But trying to intimidate was great. But yeah, that's I had a lot of fun tonight. Yeah.
Next up, let's go with Monster.
I am Monster X, but you can find me Twitch sometimes, not as much recently. Twitter, TikTok, and another T thing. Nope,
Twitter.
and Instagram. That's it.
Yeah.
Tinstagram.
Tinfoil.
Instagram.
B.
Wait, what is
Oh, favorite part.
oh,
Favorite part.
Yeah.
It's it's somewhere between just like this epic fight and also Maddie just destroying my character emotionally and just being like, I'm like, it's so good, but I want to cry.
Everyone gets a chance to be destroyed. It's all
Yay.
coming.
We love it.
Hurt me, mommy.
Yes.
Thank you, GM Mommy.
All right, and B.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitch and DeviantArt and Picardo under Bukake. I do art. I do fantasy art. I do character commissions for people's Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And other games. And
Like
also
all this art done by
normal stuff that's like whatever art you want. Whatever. It's cool. I'll draw. My favorite part was I think
We also do recognize that you only got 2 hours of sleep,
Yeah, and
so
that
if
you're
you
very
can't think
zooty.
of anything,
You just love
that's
the
okay.
whole thing. That's
Zooty
I think it's
McNooty.
I don't know if
you getting slapped on the hand was good.
no I like Ismark's Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ismark has magic. What?
Yeah.
That's not in the book.
All right, and then Stacy.
Instagram, couple of chumps cosplay. Finally added a picture. Favorite part is between the shopkeep stuff and then also just like randomly hot Ismark.
Yeah.
Where he's in his little
Ismark
Terry, and we
Terry.
went. The whole party goes.
What?
He did what?
That Perry, love it.
Oh yes.
Perry the platypus.
hmm Also, it is Stacy's birthday this week, so wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Stacy!
Quarter life crisis.
Yes.
Love
All
it.
right, and then I am Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. Yeah, upcoming on this channel this Friday, we have our session 0 for our Avatar Legends campaign. We're going to be using the quick start just to kind of run a campaign until the full thing comes out in February. And then hopefully we can do like a little bit of upgrading for like a season 2 sort of thing, most likely. But yeah, so that's going to be super exciting. Please come by and join us for that. That'll be at 8 EST. Matihi's one of the players in that, as well as a lot of other incredible people. My favorite part of the session, I really loved the funeral scene of Ghislaine trying to comfort Irina and it just not going well and Irina kind of losing it on her. And then also Serana comforting Alfie a bit and wanting to help her find her mom's locket. I thought that was really sweet. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. Join us most likely next week for another exciting episode of Curse of Strahd, and we'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
Have a good night. Sleep well. Don't get yours to sleep. Goodbye.